Number one reason we ride. Welcome back into the channel, folks. I am up in Angels Camp, and we are here at the Jumping Frog Jubilee World Championship. Let's ride.
There are places in America where history isn't locked away in museums. It's still alive, still breathing, still hopping. Welcome to the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee.
So you got a couple nuggets. Hello, one adult, please.
15 or 20?
2 adults.
$6.
Thank you.
A strange, legendary, and uniquely American tradition. Tucked away in the Sierra foothills of California, every spring, thousands of people make their way to this small gold rush town for one reason: to watch frogs jump. But behind the laughter, costumes, carnival rides, and competition lies a story that stretches back more than 160 years to a struggling newspaper writer named Samuel Clemens, a man the world would later know as Mark Twain. In the 1860s, California was exploding with opportunity. The gold rush had transformed sleepy mining camps into rough and tumble frontier towns filled with miners, gamblers, drifters, and storytellers. One of those towns was Angels Camp, and one of the young men passing through was a struggling writer trying to make a name for himself: Samuel Clemens. Legend says Twain heard a tall tale in a local saloon about a gambler and a jumping frog. The story stuck with him. In 1865, he published a short story called The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. The story was funny, sarcastic, and completely ridiculous, and people loved it. It became Twain's first major success and launched the career of one of America's greatest authors. More than a century later, the town is still celebrating that story. Not with statues, not with speeches, but with frogs. Today, the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee is part county fair and part living time capsule. You'll find everything you'd expect from a classic American fair: funnel cakes, livestock competitions, live music, carnival rides, and families that have been coming here for generations. But once a year, the spotlight shifts to something much smaller and much greener. The Jumping Frog competition has become world famous. People travel from all over the country hoping to enter the next champion frog. Some competitors take this very seriously. Training techniques, handling methods, careful frog selection. Yes, frog jumping is apparently a real sport here. And honestly, that's what makes this place incredible. In a world obsessed with technology, speed, and constant noise, this fair feels like stepping back into a simpler America.
This is what I want to see. I want to see the pedal choke the poles.
The rules are surprisingly simple. Each frog gets 3 jumps. The total distance is measured. Longest combined jump wins. That's it. But simplicity doesn't mean easy. Some frogs barely move. Others launch like tiny green rockets. The current record? An astonishing 21 feet and 5 3/4 inches, set by a frog named Rosie the Rebetta back in 1986. And yes, people here absolutely know that statistic by heart.
Thank you, sir. All right, buddy, let's go win this thing.
Let's go. Come on now.
You ready? Let's go.
I feel it. The weather is right.
Frog Father, baby, let's go. You ready?
What makes the competition special isn't really the prize money. It's the atmosphere. You'll see little kids holding frogs like prized athletes. Parents cheering louder than they would at a football game, strangers laughing together, and contestants nervously waiting to see if their frog has what it takes to become part of local legend. For one weekend every year, this tiny competition becomes the center of the universe in Calaveras County. And somehow, it works.
He did. Thank you, ma'am. There's a mutton busting over here. Let's check it out. Couldn't see. Well, it ain't mutton busting. Good job.
At first glance, it's easy to laugh at the idea of a frog jumping competition. And honestly, you're supposed to. That's part of the charm. But underneath the humor is something deeper. Traditions like this matter because they connect generations. Grandparents bring grandchildren, parents bring kids, stories get passed down, memories get made, and for a few days each year, the outside world slows down. In modern America, places like this are becoming rare. Small-town traditions, local fairs, community rituals that survive decade after decade. But here in Angels Camp, the spirit of the gold rush still lingers, not in the mines, not in the money, but in the storytelling. And maybe that's exactly what Mark Twain would have wanted. More than 160 years after a funny little story changed one writer's life. The frogs are still jumping, the crowds are still cheering, and this small California town is still keeping the legend alive.
Good man, how are you?
Because sometimes the best parts of America aren't the biggest cities or the biggest headlines. Sometimes they're found at a county fair in the Sierra foothills, watching a frog leap through the air while an entire crowd erupts in laughter. From Angels Camp, California, this is the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee. And honestly, there's nothing else quite like it.